morning, good morning. I am so glad you guys are here, and we have a treat for you. It is going to be, it is what, WCW Day, because it's Wednesday, because everybody's talking about their women's crush. So guess who my woman's crush is this morning? None other than Coach Sharita. Oh, yes. Coach Sharita is a two-time best-selling author. She stayed on the top sellers list for 2 years straight. She is also the protege of the very Les Brown. I'm so excited. I can't even wait to see what she has to say this morning. She is a mother. She is a friend. She is a leader. And she's my sister. She is also the next thing coming out of in the world to hit this market. And I want you guys to grab a pen and grab a piece of paper, because I promise you what this young lady is going to drop on you this morning, you will not forget it. It will impact your life. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce to some and present to none other than Coach Sharita. Are you on the phone this morning?
Yes, Miss Dominique Scott. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Take us away.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that introduction. Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are excited about today. You are in the land of the living, so you have something to be excited about. I am so ecstatic about what it is that I want to share with you all this morning. So I ask that you have a heart of expectation and a mind ready to receive. So, I was thinking about what it is that I wanted to share with you all this morning. And, I'm one of those people that, I'm all about faith, right? I'm that faith girl. So there are things that I have done in my life that I've experienced that I can't tell you how it happened, but I know it was my faith that made it happen, right? And so this morning, what I want to talk to you about is how to overcome what you see. How to overcome what you see. What happens is, guys, when you're focusing on what you're seeing, you're taking away the power that you can create. And so what happens is a lot of you guys right now in a place where you don't know how you're going to make it to your next step. You don't know how you're going to make it to that extra money you need to pay your bills. You don't know how you're going to be able to live out the dream. Many of you have talents, you have aspirations, but you don't see how they're going to come into play. And so because of that, you find yourself in a place of discouragement. You find yourself in a place of not knowing how it's going to happen, so you stay where you are. But what I want you to realize today, guys, that what you see really has no bearing over what it is that the call of God has on your life. What you see can oftentimes be a distraction, and what you see many times can lie to you about what it is that God has called you to do. So what you see right now may very well be the total opposite of what you feel in your heart. Maybe the total opposite of the plan that you know that's there for your life. But you have to learn how to change what you see into what it is that you want to believe. You have to learn how to stop seeing with your natural eye and seeing with vision. See, your sight is what you can see. Your sight is what is right in front of you. But your vision what is allowing you to be able to see far beyond where you are. See, when you are able to tap into your vision, you're able to operate in faith. Your faith has got to become your currency. Your faith has got to become your currency. You may not know how it's going to happen, where the money's going to come from, who's going to join you, who's going to partner with you, but that has absolutely no bearing with your faith. See, the problem is, guys, most of us are not operating in faith. Many of us may think that we're faith-based. You may think that, we're reading a scripture or you're building yourself up, you're building your belief up, but your faith is not really executed until you're able to see what's in the spirit realm come in the natural. Your faith is what's going to be able to say it's going to be done and it happens, but you don't know how. Your faith is what's going to make you whole. But see, most times we're not taught on activating our faith. We're not taught on building our faith or being put in a position to see our faith show up. If you're not allowing your faith to show up for you, you're missing out. Your faith is what's going to make you whole in whatever area of your life. But this is the thing, guys. Too often we're letting people dictate what our faith should be, or we're waiting for someone to come and be in agreement with our faith, and when they don't, we lose heart. Your faith does not have to be what anybody else agrees to. You have got to be in a place where your faith will make you whole, where your faith can make the blind see, where your faith can allow you to walk on water. Your faith, not the faith of anyone else. But see, this is what you have to understand, guys. Faith does not make sense. Faith does not make sense. So if you're waiting for 1 + 1 to equal 2 in the faith world, it's not going to happen. And that's where we get stuck. Because I talk to people, even those people that sometimes they're pastors and all of that, and I'll hear them say things and they're like, well, you know what? Well, this doesn't have to do with faith right now. I just need this to work. I'm being a realist. Well, let me tell you right now, the moment you decide to become a realist is the moment you automatically alleviate your faith. Being a realist and being a faith are it's an oxymoron. It just doesn't happen that way. You have got to get to a place where your faith makes absolutely no sense to the point where others think that you're crazy. You got to think about it this way, guys. It took faith. It took faith for God to send his son to come from a virgin woman and for others to become saved and have salvation through that. That makes no sense at all whatsoever. It took faith, and it makes absolutely no sense that I'm here alive today speaking to you all when I was hit and ran over by an 18-wheeler truck while I was walking. That doesn't make sense. There's no natural explanation to how it is that I'm here today, right? But you have to figure out what is it in your life that you're trying to make add up to create this rational, thought process for you. Because that rational thought is holding you back. See, many times, some of you that have too many degrees, you've been proficient in a career path for so long that you feel like you are the expert of your life. And so when things are not happening the way you want it to happen, you're trying to figure out, well, why is this? I know I'm pretty smart. I have all my, my I's, dotted and my T's crossed, so this should work. But no, you missed out. You've missed out on that because of what you think you know or based on your own dealings. But your faith, guys, is what's going to allow you to trump over what you see. Now, when you're focusing on what you see, guys, immediately you cause yourself to have a limiting belief. When you focus on what you're seeing, and what you're seeing is not in alignment with the purpose of your life, not in alignment with the call that you have, not in alignment with the life that you desire, you're creating a limited belief. Why? Because if you're looking at your bank account right now, and your bank account is saying $5, or if your bank account is saying negative $5, right, whatever it's saying, you automatically focus on that thing. You allow it to get you into a place of depression, discouragement, and you right now can't see how you can have more. If you're looking at a bank account and it's not even giving you, you're in the negative, how then can you try to even picture seeing 6 figures in that bank account? How can you even begin to even imagine having 7 figures in that bank account? You can't. You can't see it because you're too focused on what you see. It's hard to be able to see something else if you're stuck on the wrong thing. And that's the problem this morning. Too many of you are stuck on the wrong thing. You're focusing on what you don't want, then you're trying to understand why it is that you're magnifying and you're seeing more of that very thing. You're focusing on it. Whatever you focus on, that is what's going to come and be attracted to your life. You have got to stop looking at your natural realm. Everything that you see, guys, is literally subject to change. Everything that you see is literally subject to change. But if you don't activate your faith, if you don't activate your power of speaking the word, speaking over your situation, doing something different, taking some different actions, you're not going to be able to see that. You have got to allow yourself to see differently, and don't allow yourself to be caused to move forward in a way that you're going backwards based off of what you see. Your limiting beliefs that you've created, the story that you've told yourself about yourself, is causing you to go back. I challenge you this morning to create a new story for yourself. Create a new life for yourself based on what you're telling yourself. Your limiting beliefs, guys, are literally based off of what you said. It's not a fact. It's not truth, but it's what you said. So you said to yourself, well, I don't see how I can do it. I only have, a 10th grade education. Or I went to school for, science. I don't know how I'd be able to do this. Whatever it is you're telling yourself, well, I never was able to get into a good relationship, so I won't be able to get married. Whatever you're telling yourself, that thing that you're looking at, the fact that you're 30 years old and you still don't have any children, you're not married, and you're focusing on that very thing, that limiting belief is going to cause you to not have the marriage that you are. The limiting belief that you created is causing you to not operate in faith. Your faith, guys, is what's going to make you whole. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. How then can you have evidence of something that's not seen? How do you have evidence of something that's not seen? That's what faith is. Faith is the fact that you can feel it, hear it in your heart, see it in your mind. And that very thing is the faith, is the substance, the evidence that it's real. The fact that I can't see it right now, the fact that I can't touch it right now is the fact that lets me know that this is actually real. This is the proof that I have. The proof that I have is in this thing that I know inside of my heart, inside of my spirit. So you have to figure out, how do I build myself up? How do I build my faith up to remove what it is that I'm seeing and to believe what I see. You know, my sister, my mom, and those that know me personally would, you know, they'll talk to me, and let's say, you know, I'm doing something new, a new project or whatever the case may be, and they'll say, okay, Sharita, is this by faith or is this for real? See, in their mind, they're waiting for the manifestation to show up before I know it's real or not. But see, to me, my conviction is already real. Whether I see it right now or not, I already know it's done. I don't have to wait for somebody else to tell me. I don't have to wait for, you know, somebody to come and say, okay, Sharita, we want you to put you on Oprah or whatever. No, I already know it's done. My conviction lets me know that it's real. It doesn't matter that 7 figures may not be in my bank account right now, but the fact that I know in my heart that that's a plan of God for my life, that I am a kingdom distribution center, I already know it's done. I don't have to wait for nobody to come and tell me that. See, you're waiting for someone to give you the affirmation, to confirm for you. No, honey. The fact that you already know it, the fact that you see it in your spirit, the fact that you can't touch it right now, that is the proof that it is real. You have got to activate your faith by speaking life in your situation, by surrounding yourself with what you want to see. If right now where you live, in your apartment, your house, you don't like it, that's not what your divine call for your life, then you need to be focusing on watching cribs. Go watch a documentary on Netflix on mansions. Go look at a magazine on the luxurious life. You have to see what you desire, guys. We speak those things that be not as though they were. So right now, you speak over to your apartment, and you call it blessed. You call for your 6-bedroom house or whatever it is you desire. I don't know. I want to speak my faith over you, right? But whatever you want. If your children are not in the school that you want them to be in, you speak the right schools into their lives. You focus on what you want, therefore you will attract it to you. But you know one thing about faith, guys? Is that when you are in a place of great faith and your conviction is real, other people will see that conviction, and eventually those that are assigned to you will want to join and partner with you. Because they want to know that it's real for you first before they even try to join you. If they can see that your conviction is real, they'll follow you. That's what makes a great leader. A great leader or a visionary that can take you to where you are because they can see beyond. They can see beyond. Leaders, visionaries, see far beyond where they are. That's why you can have a great, like Martin Luther King Jr., who can be able to have a dream and not even see it right then and there. You can imagine, guys, he's being, hosed and having all this kind of discrimination. He's being hit and spat on, all of this. Meanwhile, he's like, I have a dream. Meanwhile, I know that one day my little white girls, little white boys, and little black boys will be able to hold hands. He's seeing all of this. Meanwhile, they're killing black people. They're killing white people, too, at that time that were abolitionists. But they're doing all of that, and then yet he's saying, I see that one day this is going to change. How can he see that? He saw that because his faith allowed him to see far beyond where he was. I can tell you right now, when I was in my car, didn't know where I was going to go, and crying, right? I cried because the natural side of me cried, not because I felt like I was doomed, but the natural side of me crying homeless, not knowing where I was going to sleep. I knew that though I was in a situation in my car, not knowing where I was going to go, I knew that that was not the end-all be-all for my life. I knew that it was just a part of the chapter in my book. I just knew that. I was able to see beyond where I was. That later on in life, I would be here today speaking to you guys, doing some things that I've never thought I'd do. Well, I take that back. I knew I would do it. But at the moment, didn't see how it would come to fruition. But because I saw beyond where I was, your perception goes hand in hand with your belief. So as I was sitting in that car, what did I say to myself? I said, well, Sharita, you know what? You're in good company. Why is that? Tyler Perry slept in his car. Tyler Perry was homeless. You're in good company, Sharita. What are you telling yourself right now? What are you telling yourself about your situation? What are you telling about yourself about what you don't like right now? Are you feeding it by sowing more seeds of doubt and negativity, or are you speaking life? See, faith is courageous, guys. Faith can speak to something and command it to go forth and it has to happen. See, Jesus could speak to a fig tree, curse it, come back the next day and see that tree cursed. Why? His faith. He spoke knowing that it was. He spoke knowing that it was. Whatever you speak and declare of your life today, you got to know that you know that you know that you know that it is so. So I hope that this morning you are encouraged to activate your faith, to go out there and make it happen, to speak those things that be not, to not get focused on what you see, but know that what you see in your heart will ultimately manifest in the natural and allow you to have what it is that you desire. My name is Sharita Leon. Follow me on all social media sites at Coach Sharita, and Ms. Dominique Scott. You can go ahead and take the call away. Miss Dominique? All right, well, I can't hear her. Well, guys, I thank you guys for joining me this morning. Be sure to catch us back here tomorrow morning, 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you go.
Good morning. I'm right here. I'm getting my faith up. I'm calling some things that be not. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining this call. Listen, I know that those words uplifted you, and I know that you now have divine instructions of what you need to do. So go ahead and take those instructions, run with them today, make your vision plain, and know that it is not over until you say it's over, and God will second that motion. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning at 8:45 sharp. And know this one thing. Go with God, because God will always go with you. And from our hearts, Coach Sharita and mine, that we love you, we're praying for you, be inspired, and guess what? Get your faith up, because God ain't done with you yet. See you tomorrow morning. God bless.